Hi there, you're at the SUI Wyckoff session. We'll look at both weekly and daily Wyckoff patterns, and let's quickly take a look. We're starting off with the weekly as usual because you know already. Weekly controls daily. So after the last point of supply, we expect retracements. That's already done. And then the sign of weakness, it's time to put in the tag. And over the past 3 to 4 weeks, we have seen another rebound yet again. And if we have done these correct, like the buying climax of first of the distribution, if they're all tagged accurately, this is potentially another LPSY, the last point of supply. If I change it to a line chart, it's easier to see. If it doesn't go any further, this is like a lower top, but not very much lower, just a little bit. And if it really comes down from this LPSY, it's, well, people would see it like a double top here. But then some people would also say, is this a cup and handle? Would it go even higher? Interesting analysis, but let's stick with Wyckoff. The others, it will be interesting to see how this developed. Currently, from the weekly perspective, there's so much we can see and determine as of now. Volume itself, it doesn't change much over the past 10 weeks. It's pretty much staying at the current level, both buying and selling, at around 120 million. If we go deeper into the daily, last time we talked about the buying climax, and then we said, okay, we're expecting an automatic reaction, and it did happen. We see this long red bar, the retracement over here. So the thing is, this trend line hasn't been broken through yet. So if it really comes down to show sign of weakness, either by like somewhere around this white line or above this yellow line, it's still understandable. So immediate two next stages in terms of Wyckoff are the secondary test as well as the sign of weakness. So secondary test, or just second test, simply, it can be as high as the buying climax, or it might have already happened over here after the automatic reaction. So remember, I mentioned quite a number of times that in a daily chart, if you want to do Wyckoff, it's a stage can happen in a matter of 1 or 2 days. So I'm doing a weekly video, and it's very difficult for me to do it like every single day over here because I have to cover many different altcoins. So remember what I said. Daily chart, when I show you, by the next week I do the same coin again, it's probably have passed 2 or 3 other stages. So that's how dynamic it is. So back to the chart. Buying climax, automatic reaction, second test, and I already mentioned we would expect a sign of weakness also, right over there. So if the second test is over, we're seeing a little bit of a like red candle over here. Let me enlarge it. So if you're on a mobile phone, it's easier to see. So here, I was talking about whether it would come down to test this white trend line and also this yellow support line. This yellow support line is extended from this automatic reaction back in May. So this would be cool or more solid support range at around $3.20 because like the automatic reaction, the sign of weakness, and this period, all were hovering around this 318 to 334 range. So always remember it's a range. Even back in just last week, 11th, 11 days ago, it was around that $3.40 range, finding support before it shoots up to the buying climax. So, well, I can add a tag as well, since it's more clear for this one. This is the preliminary supply. So, remember, we're expecting the sign of weakness to appear. It may not always appear that quickly. Sometimes it can have some sideways trading activities and then shoot up for an upwards before it comes down for the sign of weakness. But if like the momentum isn't picking up, if we look at the weekly, if this is really an LPSY, we're expecting some retracements. If that retracement happen, then in the daily, it's very normal that it comes down for a sign of weakness. So that's it for SUI. See you in the